Plopsaland opened all the way back in 1935 and is set in the coastal town of De Panne in the Flemish region of Belgium, a short journey across the border from France, and is home to over 50 attractions. Greetings, it's Paul here from Loop Theme Park Adventures, and welcome to Grading, where I take a look at 4 key sets of criteria that make up a theme park visit and give each of them a grade from A+ to F-, followed by an overall grade at the end. In this video I'm reflecting on a visit to Plopsaland de Panne in Belgium, just a short 40-minute drive from Calais, making it a fairly easy place to visit from the UK. Let's get grading. Plopsaland de Panne has gained notoriety in recent times for being only the second park in the world, and indeed the first in Europe, to install a Mack Rides extreme spinning coaster, the Ride to Happiness. This Tomorrowland themed roller coaster is the undoubted highlight of the park and a true world-class attraction. However, it is supported by a really solid collection of rides. On the more thrilling side, you have the Gertslauer launch coaster Anubis, which is compact but loads of fun, as well as a family thrill GCI Woody in the form of Heidi the Ride, which really warms up throughout the day. You have a further 3 family coasters, a water coaster, a bunch of theme park staples such as a log flume, a mega disco and a pirate ship, along with a whole host of family attractions and a petting zoo. There's certainly plenty here for riders of all ages and enough to keep you occupied for a full day. B+, a really solid collection of attractions here supporting an elite level roller coaster. From its unique entrance with the giant doorway, you first encounter a lovely European square complete with fountains and waterways surrounded by shops and restaurants, which instantly creates a nice atmosphere. There are numerous themed areas on offer such as Knights and Dragons, Vikings, a classic funfair, and of course Tomorrowland, which has its futuristic steampunk aesthetic. And while many of the themes and stylistic choices are fairly standard theme park fare, everything looks and feels clean and well maintained, with landscaping and foliage where necessary, and it's genuinely just a really pleasant place to spend a day. The lake in the middle of the park acts as a centrepiece, providing some lovely views of the attractions surrounding it, and the interaction between Ride to Happiness, Super Splash and the pirate ship is a nice touch. Also, there's some giant furniture round by K3, which kind of ties in with the doorway at the entrance. Overall, it's a park that feels vibrant yet relaxed. And it's a B+ here too. There's really not anything to fault here, everything is nice without necessarily reaching Disney or Universal standards. Nice and pleasant seem to be the adjectives of choice when it comes to Plopsaland, because the same can be said for the general standard of service, which was always friendly without being overbearing or feeling forced. As an English speaker with no real knowledge of Flemish, there were never any issues with communication, and all staff I encountered were pleasant and professional. Operations were generally really good too, although it has to be said it was a very quiet day, so queues were at a minimum anyway. But even still, it's not like coaster trains were sitting in stations for minutes at a time or anything. If there's one small criticism, is that many of the food outlets were closed. Again, this comes down to it being out of season and not that busy, but it did limit options a little bit. Giving this an A-, no real complaints here. My perception was that Plopsaland is a family friendly park with well drilled, knowledgeable staff. A standard adult ticket comes in at €43.50, with a child's ticket just over €15. Parking will set you back an additional €12.50, which is all fairly standard for a European park of this size and calibre. However, hunt around online and some deals can be found. When I visited Plopsaland, we're running an offer on their social media pages which took 25% off my total, so it's definitely worth taking a look at what deals they have on, which might not necessarily be advertised on their website. On park it was fairly reasonable too, with food prices below the average you'd pay here in the UK. As an example, a hot dog and a drink came to something like €8, which is not bad at all. However, as I mentioned before, quite a few food outlets were closed, and I have heard some of those can be a bit pricier. Standard merchandise prices seemed fair too, however the Tomorrowland merch in the Ride to Happiness shop is insanely expensive. Giving this a B, do a bit of digging and you can get a great deal, and even at full price I think the entry fee is fair for everything that's on offer, and you won't be fleeced too badly once you're inside the park, unless you're really desperate for that Ride to Happiness hoodie. Before I give my final grade, just a quick thanks for watching this far. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like as it really helps us out, and if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for loads more theme park content. And overall, I think Plopsaland de Panne just edges to the top of B grade territory with a very respectable B+. The ride selection is solid and headed up by a genuine top tier attraction. It's scenic and well maintained with friendly staff, and you won't feel like your wallet is being taken advantage of either. It's a theme park that I would happily recommend and look forward to returning to, hopefully in the not too distant future. Have you visited Plopsaland de Panne? Do you agree with my grades? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.